Hey everyone, welcome back to the Staking Summit 2020. We are joined by Claudio, co-founder from Metapool. Thanks a lot for being in with us again. So nice to have someone coming back in for a refresher and an update on how's it going with Metapool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so it's been a great year. I think some people might not have seen our conversation last year, so I think it would be nice for you to remind everyone what is Metapool and what is your role in this staking kind of ecosystem that we live in.
Yeah, so actually this is my third Stake and Reward Summit, right? Yeah. So I've seen it grow from 1 day to 2 days, right? And now like a full-on blown event. So like congratulations to Stake and Rewards team. Mirko and the team have been doing like super good. Anyhow, so Metapool, we're a multi-chain liquid staking DAO. So basically we're a platform where people can deposit their assets, proof of stake tokens. We support Near, Solana, ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. We support EVM, Ethereum mainnet, Linea, Optimism, Q blockchain as well, Aurora as well. And so what we do right now is basically allow just a single point of contact for people that want to stake their proof of stake tokens.
Okay.
And we mint an LST or a liquid staking token, representing the delegation plus the ongoing staking rewards.
Okay.
Right now, there's close to $100 million in TVL. More than 17,200 stakers right now from all over the world. And for us, which we're very proud of, is one of the things that we were working on last year during a Dev Connect, right, was announcing that we will be having multi-chain governance on top of the LST. So now anybody with our token, which is MPDAO, can use it to vote for validator nodes how to distribute the load of the delegation of tokens that the protocol manages. So this is how we started. What we're building right now currently is that we're trying to understand like what's the next bounce of the ball, right? Like staking derivatives, we understand that they're going to be commodities, right? So it's like makes no difference if you're staking on MP ETH or staked ETH or with MSOL or with MP Sol or stake Near or Linear, whatever, right? It doesn't really matter, right? And then we believe what's the underlying value that it provides is that it's an asset that is increasing in value and that users can leverage it to borrow against it and use it as a collateral, basically. And so we will be working on launching a stablecoin backed by LSTs in hopefully Q1 2020. So yeah, so that's what we're up to right now. But yeah, a couple of things, other stuff that we can talk about.
That's nice because my segue question would be like, was going to be like, with all of these LSTs, LRTs, all this, there's a lot of people now, right?
Yes.
It's really hard to stand out. And I was going to ask you, what do you do to stand out? I guess this stablecoin is one way, right?
Yes,
it's
exactly.
A new innovation, I would say. Do you have any other way that you say, okay, we do this in a better way than the competition? Right?
So definitely we've seen a couple of them, right? Athena, EtherFi, everybody's launching their stablecoins because I believe that after a few iterations of it, it's like an LST by itself doesn't provide too much value. It does on the infrastructure level because, for example, on Near, we're delegating to more than 167 validator nodes. So we're actually guaranteeing that Near protocol be more decentralized, right? But at the end of the day, that's on the infrastructure side. That's on the protocol side.
Yes.
Now for the end user, yes, you do have a token that is increasing in value, but you don't want to sit on it, right? And so normally what happens is that you go to lending and borrowing platforms, Aave, Compound, right? And use this LST to borrow stables, right? And so I think many LST protocols kind of said, well, why go outside? Let's keep him inside the ecosystem, right? Yeah. And more importantly, it's not even because of being greedy. It's just because users don't want to go to another platform, right? Yeah. And take another smart contract risk there.
Yeah, of course.
And so they want to do it in-house, right? And if they trust you to deposit the LST, most likely they're going to trust you also to take care of it and provide this lending platform, right? Or borrowing platform. And so now a key thing here, what makes us different, is that we want to build Web3 financial tools for what we're calling frontier markets. Frontier markets is what we describe as regions that will be at the border of massive crypto adoption. Which is why we're here in Thailand, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
This is why we're looking at the global south, right?
Yeah.
And so, but now coming from Mexico, coming from Argentina, which is where most of our team is, there's no one better to understand the problem than ourselves, right?
Exactly.
And so that's why we're not pivoting, that we are expanding our suite of protocols, of services that we're doing, and facilitating access to what we're calling decentralized finance, right? But at the end of the day, it's like for us, it's Web3 financial tools. Like DeFi, what's DeFi, right? It's like, is that a French word? No, right? It's like, so we need to really take a step forward and understand what our user is going to be familiar with, and build these protocols around those needs, right? And that's what we're really excited about 2025.
Yeah, cool. No, I see you've been working a lot, because I see the evolution from last time we talked about, and what you're now focusing on is much different, right?
Yes,
it's a whole different game.
Exactly.
But of course, this space moves so fast; you have to keep up with the trend. So I guess that's perfectly normal. But I like to hear that you're going that route, and it's really nice that you have all of these different chains. I don't see so many protocols focusing on Near and focusing on Q and whatnot. So, and you mentioned Aurora as well.
Yes. So actually, right now we're the only liquid staking platform supporting kind of like 4 major tokens, which is Ethereum, Near, Solana, and Internet Computer Protocol.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that. But at the end of the day, like I said, like for users, it's like it will be a commodity, right?
Yes.
Users will come in with a very specific need, which is, in the case of Argentina right now, it's how do you not have Argentinian pesos in your with you, right?
Yeah.
So what people do is that they grab it and they change it to stables, right? But then again, okay, you have it on stables, and then what do you do with that, right? Now we see an underlying opportunity where we're telling people, hey, instead of doing that, and do you really want to, and for those value that you really want to leverage, well, okay, buy Sol, you buy Near, you buy ICP or ETH, come stake, borrow against it, mint a stable coin, right? And then do the next steps, right? And facilitating that, right? Which is not easy. And for us, it's like, we want to bring blockchain technology to really solve an underlying problem for what we're calling frontier markets.
Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. And before we started the interview, we were talking a little bit behind the camera, and you mentioned some alpha for us, so I'm going to have to ask you.
Yes, what's the point of doing an interview if you're not going to share some of the secrets, right?
What is coming for the near future for you?
Exactly. So, and actually, yeah, so we're here in Bangkok for Redacted conference. So this is the Near Protocol conference. We will be announcing that we've closed a partnership with Deutsche Telekom. So they're coming in and be an infrastructure provider for the Near Protocol blockchain.
Cool.
We see this narrative now of AI coming into play, right? And so we believe that it's important to have enterprise partners that, one, have massive experience in maintaining the infrastructure for large operations, right? We understand that AI is not a simple website or platform, right? Or a staking protocol, right?
Yes.
And so definitely having the partnership with Deutsche Telekom is going to be big. So that's something we're going to be announcing tomorrow. Now, some extra alpha for that. We're also onboarding other telco operators. We're onboarding Entity Data. So that's a good one. Hopefully that's going to come out before, but anyhow, all good. No, it's everything. I'm able to say that, so no worries about that. So we got Vodafone, we got also Telefonica, and so we got a few of these telcos interested in providing this infrastructure for the underlying blockchain technology that is going to drive AI adoption as well, right? Amazing. And so that's one of the big things that we're here for in Bangkok. Another important aspect is that it's not all enterprise, right? And here at Staking Rewards Summit, we've seen that, right? We see companies that are professional node operators, right? That they provide services to underlying protocols such as Near, ICP, Ethereum, right? They're running that infrastructure. So with Near Protocol, we set up a program which is, we're calling the Professional Node Operator Program to onboard close to 220 node operators in the next 5 months.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so we're gonna hit the ground running on that one.
Yeah, really big.
So for everybody that's listening right now, if you wanna just come to a Metapool, ask us about it, and more importantly, let's have a conversation how we can onboard you into the Near Protocol ecosystem. And we're providing the incentives, we're providing the know-how so you can run the nodes, and more importantly, to help decentralize the Near Protocol network and also drive business forward for the industry as a whole.
Yes. Yeah, congrats on that, man. This seems really really good that you're doing that. So, looking a bit more into the future. So let's say we meet again next year, okay? November, whatever it is.
This is going to be one of those cuts.
What do you think will happen with Metapool in 1 year?
So for us next year, where we want to be is one, we do want to be a liquid staking platform that is as decentralized as possible. One of the big things about the multi-chain governance that we launched is that by doing that, we also decentralize our treasury. So actually the Metapool DAO doesn't do any treasury management. All the protocol fees right now are currently distributed to governance participants.
Oh, nice.
And governance participants can be individuals, organizations, or even node operators that are interested in overseeing how Metapool distributes the delegation of its proof of stake token. Now, by doing that, by participating in the governance, we're incentivizing you to participate and paying you for the voting that you do.
Okay.
So this is a normal escrow curve contract, right? Where you lock up your MPDAO tokens and for a certain amount of time, from 30 to 300 days, and then you get an APR on it. And currently right now, I don't know when this comes out, but currently right now it's like kind of like 42% APR. Yeah, so it's really, really good, because we're generating close to $100,000 per month in protocol fees. So it's like, and there's a few people only participating, like, well, a few people, several hundred, like, no, it's not 10. And so yeah, it has a good APR, right? But more importantly right now is that they have a stake in the protocol, right?
Yes,
and so
in the game.
In a year's time, what I would really be excited is that we go from the hundreds to the thousands, right? And not only supporting the underlying infrastructure, but also builders, right? We have a grants program where we're allocating close to $50,000 to $75,000 in grants for builders that are interested to build anything around the protocols that we support, right? If you're building on Near, you're building on Ethereum, if you're building on Linea, if you're building on Optimism, Q, right, and ICP, like we want to fund you, like we want, because at the end of the day, if nobody's using the blockchain, then why are we validating the transactions, right?
There's no application.
Exactly.
Chain,
so
right?
we feel like it's something that we're really pushing it forward in the sense that this is a protocol for the community, by the community, right? And so in a year's time, what I'm hopefully that's going to happen is that there's going to be thousands of people participating in the governance. We're distributing more than $100,000 in monthly protocol fees. But more importantly, that protocols, projects, or dApps come out of these initiatives, right? For example, one of the things that we're really proud of this year is that we use the protocol fees to support 4 researchers from Latin America, 3 from Mexico, 1 in Argentina, to go and study at the summer school program from the University of Zurich Blockchain Center.
Oh, cool.
So we're funding independent research as well, right?
Oh, that's really nice.
And I'll put my hands into the fire. I don't know if anyone is doing that, right? So
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe Ethereum Foundation, yes, but they're a protocol itself, right?
Yeah.
Like, is an LST doing that for the protocol? I don't think so, right?
I haven't heard of it.
And so for us, is what we're doing is like really pushing forward what the standard on what people should expect from LSTs, LST platforms, right? It's not about just giving grants to builders and whatnot. It's like, do you really want to drive impact, right? And for us we saw an opportunity there to fund independent research, right? And this is not something that you're paying KPMG or any of these guys, right? This is people that are doing their masters or their PhDs around blockchain technology, and that they're publishing that work, right? And completely biased, right? It's like totally independent. So that's something I'm really proud of. It's just our 2 cents of contribution to pushing the narrative around what the value is for blockchain technology out there in the real world.
Amazing, yeah. Wow, I didn't know that, and I really like it. It's academia as well, and I think it's a really nice thing that you're doing there, and it helps us, push it in the right direction.
Exactly.
With structured groundwork and studying of what needs to be done. Really nice, really nice. Let's now, just to wrap it up. I want to know, what are your feelings about the summit this year, and what you expect to take home with you for next year? Yeah,
well, definitely the bar is quite high now.
Yes.
Like, okay, I was talking to Mirko, I'm like, okay, man, so what's next, right? I'm like, okay, they're like,
how to improve now? It's not easy.
And I think, and this I always told Mirko and your team, right? It's just, you build a very good atmosphere where the key players from the industry, the staking industry or a proof of stake industry are here, right?
Yeah.
Now you're opening it up to the Bitcoin community as well, right? Understand that it's always kind of like you don't mixing water with olive oil, right? A little bit, right? Because it's they like staking is really new to Bitcoin, right? And I think you're pushing that boundary, which is great. You're putting yourselves and the industry a little bit in an uncomfortable position, but I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard conversations that we need to have, right? I really love the tagline for Mirko Stocks, right? I don't want to say it here, but they're gonna blip it out with Bitcoin staking, right?
Yeah.
And so it's important for us to have those conversations, right? And be very level down, right? It's like you don't need to sugarcoat it for me, right? We understand the challenges for liquid restaking tokens, right? It's like. And I was having that conversation actually in the Solana event called Island DAO, right? Like very, very relaxed, and somebody says to me, you know what? I don't think that economic security is cryptographic security.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, fine, let's have that debate, right? And I think an important debate here is like, you do understand that this is programmable money, right? So it is the same thing, but then it is how we conceptualize it, right? It's like economic security is not real security. I'm like, dude, well, it is economic under a cryptographic protocol.
Exactly.
So we're talking about the same thing, but then again, like, and having those discussions openly, I think it's key.
So
and
important.
I think this is what Staking Reward Summit brings, right?
Yeah.
Having those good conversations, and more importantly, that it's not something that you really have to be on. It doesn't have to be 1 and 0.
Yes. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's not zero sum. It's like, okay, I come here to understand your point of view, and you're here to understand my point of view as well, right?
Of course.
Everybody has what's driving them forward. And I think for us, it's like, okay, how do we support frontier markets, right? How do we support the big South, the global South, right?
And there's always middle ground, right? Even if you have different opinions, we can come to a sort of consensus in a way. Like, okay, I understand what you're saying. I don't agree with it, but I can get your point.
Yeah, it's an interesting point of view, right? And just move forward, right?
Yeah, of course.
But now I learned something new, right?
Yes.
And hopefully you learn something from me as well, right?
Yeah.
And so these are the conversations that are happening in every corner right now in this conference, right? And that's going to happen all during the week of DevCon.
Yes, I'm really glad you brought it up because that's exactly the spirit you want to bring, right?
Yeah.
You want to bring people from the same space talking about it, even if they don't agree. Just talk about it. Just have this discussion, you know. And let's see what comes from here. Because I mean, evolution comes from this, right? From us bumping heads, disagreeing, and then okay, I heard that guy. I don't agree with him, but at least now I know.
Exactly, his point of view, right? New, and I understood something that I didn't understand before, right?
Yes.
Or maybe my assumptions, you got me thinking about my assumptions, right?
Yeah, even if it's in the back of your mind, you're going to remember it sometime.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and this is a point when last year at DevConnect, right? We're looking into the restaking side, right? And my co-founder Lucio was like, I still don't know, right? I'm like, dude, go to the Eigenlayer conference, right?
Yeah.
Like, we've seen the conversations during Staking Summit. Go to the Eigenlayer conference and just come with an open mind, right? Then he comes back to me, okay, you know what? This is something. Okay, fine.
I got it.
Okay, great. Let's get to work, right? Yeah. And that's why we launched the restaking aggregator for Solana.
Okay.
So that's how you need to. Things don't happen from one day to another, right? It's just they take a moment for them to get the right mixture of curiosity.
Yeah.
The right mixture of also naiveness sometimes, excitement, and more importantly, critical thinking. Yeah. Right. You mix it all together, and then you go hit mainnet.
Couldn't agree more with you, man. Couldn't agree more. Thanks so much for doing this. If you want to share with people where they can find Metapool, find about you guys.
So definitely on X, right? It's at meta_pools. The best way for us to get to know you, to reach out to the community. More importantly, if you want to reach out to me, it's like CCOSSIO, Secosio in X as well. And yeah, metapool.app, that's the website.
Perfect. Claudio, thanks a lot again, my man.
And I will definitely
see you next year.
Yeah, dude, I'm here.
See ya.